Look at that, you guys. You see that thing? It's a hard moment in a man's life when he has to let go of a copiapoa. But today, I am here in Corona, California, with none other than the mullet himself, Charlie Sucks. A lot of you guys know him. For those of you that don't, you're gonna get a nice introduction today. But we're here the day after Christmas, and I am relinquishing the I don't even know what to say, but I'm letting go of this sucker, so I brought it over to Charlie. He recently got a new greenhouse, so today we're gonna check out that new greenhouse.
I don't know where I'm gonna put it, but that's what I'm gonna do with it. And this is the greenhouse.
So why don't you introduce yourself real quick for the people?
First of all, yes, I'm Charlie. Charlie Sucks on Instagram. Nice to meet you all.
How long have you been collecting plants?
About 7 years, give or take. About 5 hardcore.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
gotcha.
Yeah. 7 was like my first one. Inside.
Oh man, this is great, dude. I wasn't sure where you put it. So you guys can go ahead and follow him at Charlie Sucks. Dude, I love it. And you got all the operculicarias and then pelargoniums and
a lot of the winter growers are outside right now because the Southern California weather is perfect for
Bercies. Oh yeah, dude. Oh yes. So are these? This is microphylla here?
I believe so.
Or no? Well,
thought
I
it
don't
might be phagoides, but
I'm looking at these little leaves here, but that doesn't necessarily. So Charlie is a what I like to call a pottery plant pairing staging connoisseur. Not everybody stages plants in a way that I really like, but Charlie is definitely one of them. All right, man.
Hell yeah, let's
take
do
us
this.
in there. Here we go. You guys ready?
Welcome.
Through the net. All right, so you got the net, and that's to keep out the bugs.
Keep out them
You got,
speeders.
oh, it smells good in here, dude. You got the incense going.
Got the
Holy
ambiance.
crap, dude. God, this is awesome in here, bro.
It's an 18 by 8 space.
Okay.
A little under what I wanted, but it still works out.
Yeah, dude. So, all right, so break it down for me. I mean, I see here, obviously, you got the poas.
I have it all organized by genus, kind of going from South America up into Central Texas and then into,
Nice.
North American cactus.
Nice, nice, nice. Okay, so let's see. Let's start with the poas, dude. So obviously, you and I have a lot of the similar tastes when it comes to plants.
Yeah, I'd say so.
You know, oh, look at this guy.
Oh, yeah.
Hey!
Yeah, nice little pot.
The dong. So this is one of my earlier pots, and this pot right here is it's a process. It's a Sager-fired process where basically you like dunk the pot in acid, and then you wrap it in foil with a bunch of combustibles like horsehair and salt and anything else, and then you high fire it, but for a very short time, and it ends up coming out with some pretty cool looking shit.
Gorgeous colors.
Speaking of gorgeous colors, dude, look at that guy. So that's Copiapoa straight Cinerea, right?
Yes.
And this is Cinerea too?
Yes.
All right. How many of you guys at home are collecting Copiapoas? I know it became kind of a hype thing this past year, which is sad. Or the past 2 years. It's a little sad because the prices have gone up.
Yeah.
I mean, it's good when I'm selling a Copiapoa and terrible when I'm buying one, you know? Gosh, look at the spines on that thing, dude.
I just love the compactness of them, especially for staging on pots.
Yeah, well, the slow growing too. So
Slow
like you
growing,
can
yes,
have, they're not
exactly.
gonna they're not gonna outgrow your greenhouse
Exactly.
too quick. Oh, that's cool. Oh, hey, that's what
Automata.
Edgar.
That was one of his stagings too. I just kept it because I liked it.
I like it too.
Yeah.
I like it too. That's humulus, huh?
Mm-hmm.
That's a nice looking humulus too, actually. Nice and dark with the Cranesiana. And then this is
The one name I always forget.
Arameferi. Oh, Aramef. It's, oh my gosh, Aramefiana.
Yes.
Not
the exact plant, but yes.
So hey,
The tag.
Aramefiana. Okay. It sounds like you're trying to like explain a curse word around kids, you know?
Exactly. Most of these are Latin curses.
That's a nice pot too. That's a nice plant, actually. Wait a
I got
second.
that from my buddy Kevin.
I was gonna say that plant looks kind of familiar actually.
Crazy for cactus.
Nice.
No, well, crazy for latex, more like it.
Dude, this is a nice one too.
Oh yeah, beautiful.
The spines on that one are vicious. They're like thick boys.
Would you say that's a pure Hasseltoniana or?
Yeah. I mean, if you look at like pictures of Hasseltoniana in habitat, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're
No,
gorgeous
yeah,
plants.
yeah.
You know?
Beautiful.
They tend to look more green in cultivation, but I mean, basically everything down there turns white. Dude, yes. What is this guy here?
Bursera simplifolia.
That is a nice one, dude. Now, do you sell plants?
I do not sell plants.
So-
Occasionally I might purge a few here and there, but not as any.
So people should try to refrain from
Yes.
screenshotting things
Yes,
that DMing
circling
you would
and
be like,
sending them and being
yeah.
like, give me that please. I'd be like, get out of here.
Nice, dude. The Cactus.
I do like trading though.
When it comes to friends and stuff, yeah,
Yes,
I prefer a
exactly.
trade than a sell. This is great, dude. That little This is
Oh,
the dwarf
Yeah. Pygmy version, I believe.
pygmy retusis. Oof. Look at that. Hidden under the hand. They say that an Areocarpus in a hand is worth two in the bush. And is this is Confucius?
Yes. Confucius retusis.
Dude, that is a nice one, dude. Now, do you know what it is, why they call it Confucius? What the whole reasoning
Not
for
exactly.
that is?
Why?
Well, I guess the story goes that it looks like a retusis, right? But when you see the flower
Confused.
it looks more like Physauratus or Hintoni. It's that rich, like magenta, like purple flower. And I guess the whole thing was they looked at it and they said, well, it's kind of confusing because it looks like retusis, but flowers like, some of the other species. And there it goes, Confucius. And this is Furfuraceus?
Yes.
Furfuraceus.
Not sure on this one. I believe it was just retusis, labeled as when I got it.
It looks like Furfuraceus with those tips. But I mean, I guess,
Yeah.
I like that one.
Yeah. A nice little.
Oh,
C+
yeah.
pot.
Oh, yeah. The early days, dude. The early days. The saw blade pot.
And here's a smaller little one that I have for a breeding pair. Hopefully get some seeds by next year.
Yeah, that's nice, dude. Now, what is your soil mix like? Is it is it different for?
Yeah, as I'm potting, it's pretty different. It's pretty minerally though.
Okay.
A lot of inorganic.
Do you use a base? Like I know I use a base soil mix.
Yes, I use. I tend to pick a Unigrow.
Unigrow, that's what I use. Okay.
But-
I know that Unigrow, I'll drop a link. The problem with trying to recommend soil for people that
regional.
live all over the United States or all over the world for that matter is that the different additives and things they really are regionally specific in terms of their availability. So Unigrow may be available for you guys online, but even if it is, you got to think it's like a big heavy bag, so shipping is usually kind of a pain. But you could look at the ingredients of the soil, and if you want to try to mimic it, but even if Charlie or myself were to give you a exact down to the granule of what we use and how we break it down, that works for us where we're at and where we grow our plants. So you have to kind of tinker with it a bit to figure out what works with your grow space, your plant types, the amount of sun, light, ventilation, and everything else that they're getting, and then you figure out what works for your plants, And it's not as complicated, I think, as people make it out to be. I mean, these things grow in mud,
Yeah.
I mean,
Dried
literally
mud
these things
patties.
grow in dried mud. I've seen them growing in dried mud. I've also seen them growing out of pure limestone. So somewhere between dried mud and pure limestone, you should be okay.
And as you can tell, I kind of like mine more on the not hard grown side.
Yeah,
A little softer, but to each their own.
the lighting, this morning lighting.
Oh, it's
what time?
gorgeous.
It's about 10 something in here?
10:30,
Yeah.
10:17.
10:17. Brick Squad.
Damn,
Brr,
it's a
brr.
good day. Damn, it's a good day.
Single spiners. Oh yeah, dude. This is I really like when I come to a greenhouse like this, it makes me want to pot up everything.
I don't have an aversion to plastic, but I prefer pots. That's why I have plastic on the bottom.
Yeah. Yeah, they look good. I like this. This is a kind of a bizarre one. Who is that?
That is the Pottist.
The Pottist.
Yeah.
Nice, man.
It's like another one right here.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I like the texture on that. And so you're also very into the Welwitschia.
Yeah. I'm all over the spectrum. I can't really pin down what exactly I'm into. I would probably say Dioscorea. We'll get to there in a moment. But yeah, mostly Welwitschia right here. A lot of Euphorbias.
Gorgeous. What's this? Raffio Acme or something like that?
I have this tag over here. Put me on the spot. Cuneatea var spinensis.
Oh, Euphorbia.
Yeah,
Cuniata.
Cuniata, yes.
Spinescens. Spinescence?
Spinensis.
Euphorbia cuniata. I
love
like it.
Because it's Euphorbia you don't see. I love the woody Euphorbias, you know?
Yeah, yeah. I like that a lot too. I mean, you gotta love too. I love the polygona clumps. This is fantastic, dude. Oh yeah, holy crap. That's another one of my pots as well.
Yep.
Very cool. It's so cool to get to go, like,
see your
there's
work
a handful of people that have been supporters for the entire time I've been making pots. You're definitely one of them.
So you see a whole spectrum of different.
Yeah, it's cool to get to see, like, and you have bought some of the more, like, unusual ones that I've made, which is super cool.
That's what I tend to like.
That plant is fantastic, bro.
Yeah, I love
Look at the
single tall spine and then this clump of, I don't even know how many heads.
This one's like ribbed for your pleasure.
Yeah.
This is fantastic too.
Oh, I love the tristes. Pelargonium tristes.
Those are big. You don't usually see them because they're geophytic in nature. So to see them like that is
you
pretty.
need to raise them too. Like when I found this one, it was just these. That's all I saw, and I was like, well, take the chance on it, and I lucked out.
You know what? I'm gonna have to try to hunt one of those down too because I quite like it actually. And this is Johnny Pothead.
Johnny Pothead.
I like that pot.
Yeah.
I like that rim.
Yeah, yeah. I love how
real good rim job, Johnny.
Another one of yours.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. The rocks.
Matches the rocks.
Yeah.
Doesn't even look like there's soil in there. You know, just coming right out of that rock.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's kind of like the inspiration, you know,
Yeah.
like, and it's interesting too, you know, what causes the rocks to look like this, that quote unquote desert varnish. It's literally like the iron oxidizing. And the way I get this color on the clay is
iron oxide.
Iron oxide. Yeah. So it really is like you're kind of,
speeding
you're
the
almost,
process.
it's almost like a geologic process, you know? It's like something that would take place deep in the Earth's mantle. This is awesome too, dude. Wow. That's a gorgeous one. Welwitschia?
Yep.
Is this also Welwitschia, just a different form?
Sorry, this is the Welwitschia. That one is the, give me a second.
And they're Tylocodons, by the way.
Yes,
so
both
Tylocodon, Welwitschia or Welwitschia, and then this is a Tylocodon as well. I feel like I just saw somebody post one of these. This rock, dude. Did we get this? Did you get this on our trip?
No, that one is from out there, but I got that from your buddy that collects them.
Gotcha. And then this is Euphorbia balsamifera.
Yes. Gorgeous specimen.
Yeah, so Charlie kind of got his collection. You don't mind if I tell a story? I'm assuming.
No, go ahead.
So he had called me and was like, "Hey man, you mind helping me? I'm gonna go pick up some plants." And I was like, "Yeah, sure, no problem." He's like, "It's probably gonna be a few trips. I got a 20-some-odd foot long truck." I was like, "Oh." So an older gentleman who had been just kind of collecting on his own for years and years.
This is a friend's dad.
A friend's dad.
Yeah, my friend Sarah. Yeah.
So shout out to Sarah's dad and Sarah. But yeah, so we went over there and I was like, oh my goodness.
Yeah,
so like some of these like amazing plants came out of that collection, and apparently the guy was moving.
And you'll probably cut to some of that footage.
Yeah, yeah. So like he was moving,
he was moving.
And basically couldn't take all these plants with him, and knew Charlie was passionate about it and that they'd be in good hands, and they certainly are, which is maybe he'll even get to see this video. Oh yeah, dude. What's going on over here, bro? What's going on? A lot of paraphernalia over here, bro.
A lot of diction going on in here. So a beautiful little baby boujum back there.
Oh yeah. It's interesting too, like the boujums are, I had mine in the greenhouse all summer, and I just put it outside in the winter, and it's now all leafed out and growing, you know? And it looked like just dead and bedraggled. Those are fat leaves.
Yeah.
Uncarina. So this is a Madagascan tree And there's a beauty. Do you know? Is this Roseliana or?
Roseliana, yeah. This is one of my first rooted caudex plants that I bought back in the day, trying to test out the waters.
Yeah, dude. And what's this?
Oh, that's a whole weather system I got.
Uzoli?
Yeah, I wanted, you know, monitoring the inside with the nice sensor push in the background.
Shout out to Sensor Push, by the way. If you guys don't have a Sensor Push, you definitely need to go cop one. I'll put a link in the description below.
And I figured I'd track the outside weather too, so I got a little weather station set up in the backyard.
Okay, gotcha. So this is telling us
yes,
this
everything.
is outdoor weather.
Yep.
And then the Sensor Push here, this is giving you indoor.
Yep.
So
And I got 3 of those in here telling me scattered about.
Nice.
Just to get a little average.
Yeah, full disclosure, Sensor Push actually last year they sent me a kit and I set it up and I absolutely love it. Since I got one, pretty much everybody I know has got one. This is fantastic. With the Wi-Fi gateway, you could literally open up an app on your phone and check and see what the barometric pressure is, humidity, all that good stuff, temps, everything. So you never have to worry.
And I do run heat just for when it gets low. I have it set to not go lower than 50, just to keep it.
Okay, so that is not
this
pads.
little heater. No, this little heater.
Ah, okay,
right
so
here.
you have a little space heater there, and then
that's the ventilation system. That's the active ventilation system run off the solar power, which has got the battery here. Runs every 30 minutes for 2 minutes, so on a 30-minute cycle. So for 28 minutes, nothing, and then 2 minutes on. And that transfers pretty much all the air. And then you have the passive ventilation, which I can open those side doors.
Gotcha.
And that just sucks in from these 2 windows up here. Nice. You can feel the windows are on, you can feel the air being pulled through.
Okay. So those are vents there,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
are those open like
all the time? Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And they're let open for pollinators. That's just what they wanted to do.
Interesting.
This is more of a greenhouse for growing, garden vegetables and herbs
Sure.
and stuff. I might not want them in here because I tend
Well,
to...
you could always put like shade cloth.
Yeah.
Just put some like insect screen over that to keep them out.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. It'd be if you're gonna be like making things from seed. So what do you have down below here?
These are all things that are waiting to be staged one day. They're too small, or I'm just haven't. It's winter now, so I haven't been able to really pot up new things yet.
Right. Gotcha. Okay.
And so they're in line.
Dude, it's so cool to see like how this is all Aloenopsis shonzii.
Oh, yeah.
Not everybody, but I posted a video of this
This one's flowering over
the other day. Yes, mine is. Dude, did you see the one I posted yesterday?
No, I didn't.
So people were like, "Oh my God, what is that?" I have it in a nice pot. It's a kind of a larger clump or whatever, and it's really blooming. These are not like a difficult to find or difficult to grow plant. Like Charlie got that from Botanic Wonders for 15 bucks. So it's not like some rare conophytum or it's in the ice plant family, but it's a relatively easy to care for, fairly priced plant that, as you can see by that reel I posted, is just a really pretty thing to have in the greenhouse, especially in the winter time.
Make them little tree-like.
I haven't done that with mine.
Like that one over there I didn't raise. It's got a nice big body, but I'm like, I want to keep it.
Dioscoreas, I know. You're known. That's how kind of like that was the first thing I knew you were.
Dudleya's, California natives.
Oh yeah, dude.
These are all going to be put up on the hill. That's why they're still in the pots.
Nice.
Yeah.
Way to go. I saw actually when I was coming into the neighborhood, I saw one of your neighbors coming up on the left side has a nice, probably Brittany.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I'll put those in there,
dude,
and I got another cool one that you've talked about before. But check this out.
Oh yeah, dude, Coreopsis gigantea.
Yeah.
So this is one of our West Coast native winter growers, and it's in the sunflower family actually. And you get these little. It's almost like a pelargonium or something in some weird way. So you get these little fine leaves, and it has a nice yellow flower. But most of the year on the coast, these things look just like sticks.
They're dead. I almost threw it away earlier this year because I thought it was dead.
Yeah, no, don't do it.
But I keep them now. I'm like, you know what? We'll see. Some other cool little natives. Look at this. Didn't even know this. Little Euphorbia scourge, cliff scourge.
Oh, Misera.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is in the very first Baja video where we found all the Dudleyias. These grow, like you know how the microphylla will grow along the ground? Those do the same thing.
Oh,
yeah, dude. Really, really cool.
Nice. We got those from Gnosis Nursery.
Nice.
Yeah. So my back stock of pottery. A lot of there's some of yours somewhere in here.
We got Kitoi here. Let's see, who else do I have?
A lot of Joe Wujek.
Joe Wujek. We got
some Automata.
variegated Troy.
who's a little phoenix pot.
Hey, Phoenix pot. Whoa, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, the bacon pot. Oh man, that's so cool.
Some cactus boxes, ericas. A lot of ericas in here.
We ended up. Oh, dude, the grope. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, this is
wow, dude.
my passion project over here.
Oh, this is fantastic, man.
So I have a bunch of variety of Dioscorea in here. I got in the back hiding. I got some Helvetica. There's a little baby Helvetica.
Oh yeah, yeah. So you can see it right here. This is the leaf. The leaf shape on the Helvetica.
No, the Helvetica hasn't leafed out yet. Those are all Dioscorea. That's all.
Is this okay? So as you can see, this is
Right
not
here,
my wheelhouse. Right
that
here.
Right there is Helvetica.
Ah, okay. So but I was right. The leaf
Yeah,
shape is
yes.
quite different from.
Yes, and I have some that are buried in the bed, but they just haven't leafed out yet. Then there's a nice little Mexicana back here.
Nice, nice.
Some elephant tippies. You can tell the Mexicana leaves
Yeah.
compared to the.
When we were in Chiapas at Agave Ismensis type locality, we kept finding the vines, but we never found one of the caudexes.
Wow.
Or the caudeces.
You're try following.
Yeah, I mean, just at a certain point, you're like, all right, forget it, you know? And with the clouds of mosquitoes in there, it was like.
My larger males back here, and then my larger female, which has produced tons.
What an interesting shape on that.
Of seed. Yeah.
Man, that
real
is a
interesting.
Cool shape, dude. Wow. And so you have these outdoors, obviously, here in Southern California in the winter. They get rained on, they love it.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
And then with the new week of rain, we'll see how they love that next week.
So for people at home that may have, you know, one or two small Dioscoreas, what are some like key tips that you can pass along that you found to be very helpful when?
Don't let them completely dry out during dormancy, because then they waste energy trying to grow new roots, and then it's just a whole mess after that. So, not saying don't water them normally, but don't let them completely dry out. It is a slight balance. You'll get it. You can get the handle on it.
Is that sort of like, because I know I'm very on top of keeping my welwitchias.
Oh yeah, those water every 3 days pretty much, just to keep them nice and wet.
So not like that heavily,
no.
So when
during
they're
growing,
dormant, probably hit them with a light watering.
Yeah, about
once a month.
About once a month.
Okay.
Depending on your weather, where you're at, you know, you got to take into factors.
Now we're midwinter. It's the day after Christmas. Los Angeles, Southern California, this area is a little bit unique in the fact that it's like, you know, 70 plus degrees outside. So it's kind of a warm day. I myself watered my greenhouse about 3 days ago. I noticed we were going to have multiple evening temperatures in the 50s, and the day temps were going to be in the 70s, which meant my greenhouse would be in the 80s or 90s. So I decided to water.
Yeah,
and I'm trying to keep my things watered about once a month throughout the winter time. What's your winter water protocol?
I've just had the move, so it's all over the place right now. I just watered for the first time in months, about 2 months. Yesterday for a lot of them. But that's mostly just all the plastic ones because they tend to dry out quicker.
Sure. Well, also younger plants.
Yes, exactly.
You know, like that's one thing I found is that if I've got like younger plants, my seedlings, for example.
Oh, gotta keep them.
Those things, like I'm finding it to be, I'm doing it with no heat mats this time. They've got them in the greenhouse completely.
Yeah.
I've lost a few more things this year because it's a little trickier of a balance because they will dry out faster, but they are also a little more prone to hardship.
Yeah,
I guess you could say. Dude, this is awesome, man.
Yeah.
It's coming along great. You're gonna need a bigger grow bed already,
Tons
bro.
of seed already. Check that out.
Oh, cool. Okay, so that's what the seed pods look like.
Yeah. See, my whole idea was to I had seed from before that I bought from Botanic Wonders, and I was trying to get a female. Ended up finding a female by mistake, kind of, you know, pure luck.
Yeah.
And they're hard to find. They're what, like 10% of the population?
Sure.
Of any of them. Yeah, there's a lot of weeds in here I need to get through, but it's, you know,
it
add
is
some
what
coverage
it
and shade.
And this is what?
That is
Hemicrypta?
Hemicrypta.
Hemicrypta.
I have a breeding pair of those as well. This one's going into dormancy a little early for some reason.
I like the paler, kind of almost like an aqua green kind of color of these, like honeydew color.
And if you look in here, I have a Hemicrypta in here that's a 3-headed one, but this one is a hybrid, and you can tell, you can find the leaves. It's slightly different leaves. See how it's shorter,
Oh yeah.
more heart-shaped like the elephant tippies?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been cool to see you come full circle because you used to have it here under the.
I used to, just a little patio thing that was years ago.
Yeah.
A couple of years ago, and now it was under here. This is a mess over here, but now it's all moved over there.
Coming full circle.
It's now where I want it to easily contain it. I don't
That's
have any
awesome.
worry.
Well, dude, I appreciate you
thank
having
you
me
for
out.
coming by.
Any final words that you'd like to say to the good folks of the internet?
Keep growing, happy growing.
Right on.
Have fun with it.
Sweet. Awesome, man. Thank you.